Hi there, this is the first video on hand coloring, and the first thing I want to talk about is selecting an image. So you can select either an image that starts out black and white, that is a native black and white image, or you can take a color image and convert it to black and white and then color it again, hopefully with different colors. So I have some examples here that I've been playing around with. Some work well in color, almost all of them work, the original ones that work well in color, but they don't always work that well in black and white when you convert them. So here is a color image. It's a little dark anyway, but I'll put this into the develop module and convert it to black and white, and you can see it's pretty dull. So this image needs work anyway. And you can, I can do that when it's in color or in black and white, but it needs to be brighter. The highlights could be brought down a little bit, but the shadows really need to be opened up. Might make the blacks a little blacker. And maybe the whites a little whiter. Bring up that contrast a little bit. I might, make the edges darker by using vignetting. And now if we convert this back to color, it's different, but I wasn't working on it to make it look better in this color. I was making it look better in black and white. Now, a successful black and white image will not necessarily be the perfect image for hand coloring. Excuse me. And I say hand coloring because that's what we used to do on traditional black and white prints. So I guess I should just say tinting a black and white image. So let me show you a different example here. Go back to the library module. So here is a portrait of Queen Mary of England, and it was made in the 1890s, probably, maybe around the early 1900s. And it's a native black and white image. It's a little bit dark anyway. So I worked on it a little bit and made a virtual copy, and I've just lightened it a little bit. I increased the contrast a little. I made the blacks blacker. And if you look here at the basic controls, I made it brighter. I brought down the blacks. And that's pretty much all I've done. And if we want to see what it looked like to begin with, there it is, and then I've opened it up a bit. And I think it looks very nice as a black and white image. And it will tint nicely. However, when we tint, it's easier in some ways to lower the contrast. And when we do that, we'll be able to see the colors better when the colors that we've added. So go back here again. And this image, as you can see, it doesn't look that great as a black and white image, but it will be more receptive to color. And so let me show you what I did, my finished products, and I did several versions. So here, here is one of my finished versions. Here's another. That's really yellow, isn't it? This one's pretty pink. This one's perhaps a little dark. So in all, I thought, probably this one looks pretty good. And so let me go into the develop module again so we can take a look at the history. Come on. It's being a little slow. There we go. All right. So this, if you look at the history on the left, this had been worked on, and then I created a virtual copy and worked further. So here is how I started, and I then checked out some different presets. This is an aged photo. I liked that one. And then I added color from a different version. Continuing, sorry. So here is the original, and I then changed a few settings in black and white. And again, I liked this aged photo. The slight brown tint I thought would work well for skin tone, and it did okay. But if you take a look at the history on the left, you can see that I did a whole lot of work. It just keeps saying add brushstroke, add brushstroke, updating tone hue, add brushstroke. And that is because I did a lot of work on this. You might say get carried away, and I tend to with this sort of thing because I find it lots of fun. But here is my finished version, if it would hurry up and load. And if we come in close, you can see that that I tinted all of these individual areas. Do you have to do that and go into such detail? No, certainly not. It's, you know, you're doing what you want with your image, with your images. But I really wanted to tint all of this image, every part. And I think I got to most of it anyway. And if we go to the tools over here, then you can really see how much work was done. So I'm going to activate the adjustment brush, and when I put the cursor over the image, you can see all the dots, and each one is an area that I worked on. So if I put the cursor over this one, then the mask comes on. You can set that, obviously. And you can see every area that I worked on for this little, you know, button. And then for this one, it's just the chest area. This one, this little area on the shoulder and chest. Up here is part of the background, and then this one is the pillar and a little beyond. This here, the little area of blue down at the bottom. Where's a big one? Let's see. here. So, oh, I did that one, sorry. So anyway, you can see that each little circle shows another, a different area that I worked on. Okay. There's the gown. Okay. So let me get out of that. So you can see that on this image, I worked quite a lot. Other images, I didn't. I just did maybe a few things. So with this image, it started as a black and white image, and it's pretty high contrast, but I think I left it that way for this tinting because I thought it worked well, kind of punchy. And this was just a sort of quick and dirty rendering of it in color. It didn't take that long to do, and you can see I used just basic colors because I wanted it to have that feel of a hand-tinted postcard. And the earlier hand-tinted images just used a few colors, just basic colors, yellow, red, blue, green, a brownish sometimes. And that was about it. So anyway, I will go on further in my next video, but I wanted you to see the black and white image that I worked on first. Okay.